Have you ever hit send and immediately wished you could take it back? For Kimmy, one text changed everything. Her job, her pride, and maybe her heart. Kimmy, Benin marketing executive, sat on her bed after midnight, scrolling through old photos of her ex, Kunal. Her emotions bubbled over: anger, heartbreak, nostalgia. Without thinking, she poured her feelings into a long message, the kind that burns bridges. But as she hit send, her screen flashed. Message sent to Mr. Damelaire, boss. The blood drained from her face. The next morning, Kimmy walked into the office wearing oversized sunglasses to hide her anxiety. The open plan office buzzed with morning chatter, and there he was, Mr. Damelaire. He smiled faintly as she walked past, too faintly. Her heart raced. By lunchtime, Kimmy's inbox pinged. Subject: about your message last night. She nearly fainted. Opening it, she read, "We all say things we shouldn't sometimes. Let's talk after work. D." Her hands trembled. The entire day crawled by like a nightmare on repeat. When the office emptied out, Kimmy sat across from Damelaire in the boardroom. "I know that message wasn't for me," he said, smiling kindly. "But you sound like someone who's been holding pain too long." To her surprise, she found herself laughing, then crying. The next day, Damelaire didn't mention it again. But every time Kimmy passed his desk, he smiled in a way that made her blush. He began stopping by her workstation, cracking quiet jokes. Slowly, embarrassment turned into curiosity, then something softer. They started having lunch together, strictly professional. They joked, but the conversations grew deeper: dreams, regrets, family. Kimmy noticed how he listened, really listened. When he laughed at her awkward stories, she felt something shift. One evening, as they left the office, rain poured suddenly. Damelaire offered her his jacket. Under the small awning, they stood inches apart, the city blurred by rainfall. "I'm glad you sent that message," he said softly. "It made me see you." By Monday, whispers began. Co-workers teased, "Kimmy and the boss, She pretended not to care, but the gossip hurt. That night, she texted him, "Maybe we should stop talking so much at work." He didn't reply. Days passed. Damelaire stayed professional, polite, distant. Kimmy missed his warmth. One night, she opened her phone to delete his number, but saw their old messages again. She typed a new one: "I miss our conversations," then deleted it. The next morning, Damelaire walked into her office. "You're right," he said. "People talk too much. But I don't care. I care about how you make me feel human again." Kimmy froze. For the first time, she didn't know what to say. He invited her to dinner. No office talk, just two people being honest. Over grilled fish and laughter, Kimmy confessed how broken she'd been since her breakup. Damelaire listened, not to fix her, but to understand. It happened, a kiss, unplanned and electric. But when they pulled apart, reality hit. "I'm still your boss," he said, stepping back. The moment hung heavy in the night air. A week later, HR called her in. Someone had reported unprofessional closeness. Kimmy's stomach sank. She felt the shame of that wrong message all over again. She considered quitting. She left the company a week later. Her last day was quiet, just her packing files into a small box. As she walked out, she saw a message pop up: "You taught me how to feel again. Good." Months later, Kimmy started her own small agency. She laughed more, lived freer, forgave herself. Sometimes she thought of Damelaire, not with regret, but gratitude. One evening, she scrolled through her old chat thread and finally sent a new message to herself. "You're doing fine, Kimmy. You learned, you grew, you forgave." This time, she hit send and smiled.